Birds are absolutely resilient, some of them coming back from the brink of extinction, but some are still about to disappear forever. These are the top 5 rarest birds in the entire world. Let's dive in. Now, there's really no way to make this list as objective as I want to, just because there's always going to be a little bit of bias. Also, some birds don't have the exact numbers of their population, but I do have some criteria for my list. There has to be a sighting of the bird in the last 10 to 15 years. This eliminates things that aren't considered officially extinct, like the ivory-billed woodpecker and some other birds out there that are still listed as critically endangered, but they're probably gone forever. So that's the one criteria for this video. First, I want to start off with an honorable mention, the Bahama Nuthatch. The Bahama Nuthatch is native to the Grand Bahama Island in the Caribbean. Back in the 1960s, it was estimated that there was about 17 nuthatches per square mile, but by 2018, there was only a total of 2 to 6 individuals that were known of. To make matters worse, Hurricane Dorian actually hit all the way back in 2019, and that could have wiped out the rest of the population. Once you throw in invasive species like raccoons and snakes onto the island, it really limits the chance of these birds doing well over time. So the reason this is an honorable mention is that it's probably extinct, but there has been sightings just 7 years ago. So there's a possibility that this is the rarest bird on the entire planet. All right, let's bring us to number 5. This bird is absolutely stunning. It's a bright green bird, the Javan Green Magpie. This bird is native to the island of Java in Indonesia. There's an estimated 50 in the wild, but an additional 50 in captivity as a sort of security. It's been threatened by the illegal pet trade and habitat loss. A common theme that you'll see throughout this video is that a lot of these island birds, it just takes one little tiny thing to throw the ecosystem off balance, like introducing mosquitoes or rats, or just cutting down one forest, or even a hurricane. So island birds are typically the first ones to go extinct. This brings us to number 4, the Madagascar Pochard. Obviously, this bird is native to Madagascar, which is another large island. There's estimated to be a total of 20 to 49 individuals in the wild. It hadn't been seen for years, but then it was rediscovered all the way back in 2006, where they ended up finding 5 males, 4 females, and 4 young. So that was really good signs. This bird had been missing for a long time, and then boom, the birds reappeared in this small, tiny area of Madagascar, and then there was a little bit of hope left. In the years that followed, in 2007 and 2008, they ended up finding more birds, more groups of birds each of those years. The only problem is that they're confined to this very small area of Madagascar, and if that area is taken out by habitat loss or some type of disaster, we'll probably lose the species in its entirety. This brings us to number 3, the Sulu Hornbill. This is a really shocking and cool looking bird. It's got that nice big beak on it. And again, it's native to another island called Tawi-Tawi, which is really close to the Philippines. And in fact, it might be part of the Philippines. Probably should have looked this up before. Yes, it's part of the Philippines. In the 1800s, it was actually considered a very common species in the area, but now it's on the verge of extinction. There were fewer than 20 pairs and 4 individuals seen back in 2009. The islands aren't very big, so it's been pretty easy to survey the islands and find that that bird is disappearing rapidly in all its surroundings. For the most part, it's going extinct due to logging and habitat loss. It's also declining due to the oil palm industry. So there's a lot of oil palm plantations that show up in some of these tropical type areas. They clear a whole bunch of land just to create these palm oil farms. It's actually surprising. You wouldn't think that palm oil is in a lot of things, but check the ingredients on a lot of the stuff that you use. A lot of times it has palm oil, so if you really want to help the birds, avoid products with palm oil in them. It was also hunted back in the day for food and the illegal pet trade as well. During an armed conflict in the area in the 1970s, they were actually shot in abundance for target practice by the soldiers. Sometimes humans can do pretty terrible things to each other and to nature. This brings us to number 2, the Fatu Hiva Monarch. This bird, again, is native to a small island known as Fatu Hiva in French Polynesia. The population declined to a few hundred pairs in 2000, and then it kept declining, 919 in 2002 and 67 in 2009. That's an absolute fall off of this bird. The population is now estimated to be around 18 individuals, which is absolutely devastating. A lot of this has to do with the introduction of rats and non-native plants to the island. You bring rats in, it's a predator these birds have never seen before. They're not evolved to defend themselves against rats, and that's one of the biggest threats to any island bird species. The introduction of non-native plants actually does a lot of damage. We're seeing this in California, for example, where a lot of non-native plants has allowed exotic species to take a foothold. If you haven't seen that video, check it out up here in the corner after this one. Non-native plants also don't do anything for native species unless that species can adapt. And many times species can't. If rats aren't eradicated from the island, this bird will go extinct if it's not already on its way. Now, the rarest bird on planet Earth is the Stresemann's Bristlefront. This bird is actually on a mainland. It's native to Brazil's Atlantic forest. This bird was thought to be extinct for decades until a single male was seen at a small plantation in 1995. However, they weren't ever able to relocate this bird. I mean, I don't know if you've seen Brazil's forests. They're really thick and dense. A lot of stuff could be hiding out there. But it was found again in 2019, just a lone female that they nicknamed Hope. Now, this bird, I believe, was caught on a trail cam and was absolutely incredible. And then COVID hit. So all of the expeditions to go out and try to save this species ended up being canceled because of the pandemic. Since 2019, there hasn't been any other sightings that I can find. This bird pops up every couple of decades, but one thing's for certain, there's only a few individuals out there. Something must be done to protect the rarest bird in the entire world. Let me know in the comments below, what birds am I missing, or what birds do you wish you saw on this list? I might do a part 2. Remember to check out the Bright-Eyed Birding channel where I take you birding with me once a week. We have some fun adventures out there and we see some amazing things. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you all next time on Bright-Eyed Birding Learn.